What do you think of that, you guys? That is original. That is original. Just polished them up a little bit. And I'm gonna put these back, but loosely because I gotta wait to put the doors on. So I'm just gonna get a few of these things. See how that slides in there? I'm just gonna like loosely put this in because I don't want to scratch the paint. Would you guys put anything on the back of this, like a little rubber? Should I put a rubber washer on that? I kind of feel like I should, so I don't ruin my paint. But for now, I probably need to chase those threads down. Yeah, that's super tight after getting painted, so I'll do that later. Should I put a rubber washer on that? This video today is about a preview of electrical stuff. I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing, and honestly, I want some feedback, and even, you know, if you guys want to flame me and criticize what I'm doing, that's okay. I would rather be not on fire than have my ego maintained, or my sense of self. So here's what I'm going to do. All right, let's talk battery and power right now. I got this, by the way, I'm using these Blue Sea Systems products. Really nice, you guys. Solid. All right, very well made. So I've got this junction box. Now this is going to go with this and this. What are we doing? So I want to run a battery power. I want to run a battery power line so I can take direct battery power from a few things. I don't need a lot, so I just have a four fuse junction block. And the plan is this post, here's a terminal fuse block, right? So this will go right on the battery. And then I have a fuse. I got a 75 amp fuse that will go right on this post. So it's a fused post right on the battery, right there. But I'm going to transfer this over, but I'll put it right on the battery, right? It's going to go right there, right? Like that, something like that, maybe this way. And then from there, we're going to run a nice big heavy gauge wire, you know, over to this, probably a 6 gauge. I think I have a 6 gauge. So we're going to run this over, and we're going to mount this somewhere. Now this is where I have to start thinking about it. I need to mount this somewhere back here where I can get to it. Maybe like along this back wall, because I also have this center storage area that's going to go in here. So I don't want to mount it anywhere here because it's just going to get buried. So I'll put this, right? So now we've got a fused power supply to this. And then off of this will be anything I need to grab clean power. And I'm probably going to take the main line for the Vintage Air off of that. But if there's anything else that needs battery, I can pull it off of this. All right, so that's going to be back there. Then I got another one of these junction blocks. And what my plan is to put it up here for switched on power. And what I'll do is, now here's my plan. Let me know if this is going to work. I'll take another line off of this for clean, you know, direct battery power, maybe a 6 gauge. We'll run it up to a relay up here. Probably stick it over here somewhere, or back in there where I can get it, where it's accessible, and maybe I might even just use this area, or I might use this space here, which is kind of empty. Pretty much there's a lot of space right here. So here's where I kind of want to ask the question. I want to put this junction block here for switched on power. So for anything that need, like accessory power, right? I want to do a relay off of the accessory tab, you know, in the fuse block. Put a relay with the clean battery power to this block. And then I can pull anything off of that that's an accessory. I've got my choke, my electric choke. You know, I could pull that, probably put that on there. I could put the radio, at least one of the wires of the radio on there. I could put anything else that it needs accessory power off of this. Now the question is, is that kosher? Are we good so far, right? So we've got a relay that is triggered by the AC, the accessory tab. It's getting power from the battery via that other junction block. And it's going to be where? Here? Can I stick it in here? Is that going to be good? Should I put it over here? Is that too much trouble? It's kind of trouble to pull the emergency brake cowl off. So I'm just looking at where to put it. Should I put it like right here or on the other side, because there's a little panel, right? Can I just access it? Like, I want to have access. So where would you put it? Where would you put it if it were you? So that's kind of my question. And then those will all be fused. And that's what I'm looking at. Other than that, right now, I'm still just finalizing wiring. I've got my... Oh yeah, one last thing I'll tell you before we end this video. So I've been putting in these LED bulbs, right? A lot of folks are going with the LEDs instead of the old bulbs, especially for the dash lights, because they're dim. So I got my LEDs and I'm putting them in, but of course, now this is another common issue, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing when I get the parts. Some of these, let me show you. Some of these have lost, and it's my fault because I ripped them out, a long time ago. They have lost their little metal clip, right? So these lights, these dash lights, for the most part, they clip in, and this clip part is where they get the ground, right? Because it's a one wire. So you're just getting 12 volts power coming in. That goes to, where's an empty one? Here. That goes into the center there, and then you see how the clip is broken off on this one. The clip is, gets plugged into the back of the gauge clusters or the dash cluster, and that metal plate, the metal back, which I'll show you in another video, is what grounds it. I just ordered, let's see, Dorman makes some, Napa, I think I ordered them from Napa. They make these little lights. It's a single wire pigtail light clip in. It's a 5/8 hole size. So this measurement, basically where the clip is a 5/8. And I'm gonna have to just cut these, because some of these, there's a few on this one. This is a center gauge cluster. Yeah, see, that one's missing it. This one's missing it. There's a few that are missing. So unfortunately, I'm going to just have to cut these, and I'll splice the other ones on. And that should take care of that. So I'm kind of waiting for those lights before I hook everything up. The other thing is, I was going to see if I could use these 3 radio wires for the new radio, but I think it was recommended to me by somebody to not use the accessory and ground wires, because they said it's just noisy. Like, these original wires are going to cause more noise in a new radio. Is that true? I can always, like I said, I can always pull power, from the hot side back there. That's going to be coming from the back, and then I can ground it somewhere up here. I can pull my accessory power off of this guy, and my last question is, should I also run a ground block up here, or should I just ground off of the existing grounds? Like I can ground off of this radio ground, right? There's one there. And I can also just run a ground up to the bird cage here. Or any reasonable grounding place. Or I could just run it off a grounding wire that's already up here. What would you guys recommend? I don't know if this is suitable grounding. I don't think so. I think this is just a bracket, and this is fiberglass, so that's not going to work. But, you know, probably back here, there's groundable places, things that will work. So that's it for now. There's a few questions there. So just to review, we're talking about putting a hot side block back here that will be fused. We're talking about running one wire up to a relay that will feed this junction block with accessory power. And the question is where to put that. And that's basically the main question I had in the video. And then the rest of it is just updates. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Yeah. And I'm going to get some work done today, just tidying up. Maybe I'll put in the hoses for the vintage air. I got to start cramming those in here before I can put the dash in. But then we're getting really close to putting the dash back in, so that's exciting. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.